The night was supposed to be about love, longevity, and celebration. My parents' 30th wedding anniversary. A milestone. One of those rare evenings when family gathers not to argue or compete, but to toast something that survived time. At least, that's what I told myself as I walked into the restaurant with a carefully wrapped gift and a cautious sense of hope. The restaurant was elegant in that understated old money way. Soft lighting, white tablecloths, low classical music humming beneath the clink of silverware. My parents loved places like this, places that felt respectable, established, traditional. I arrived early, smoothing my dress, reminding myself to relax. Maybe tonight would be different. Maybe tonight they'd finally see me. My name is Clara. I was 31 that year, and for 5 years I had been building a business from the ground up. Not the kind my family respected. No glass office tower, no corner suite, no corporate title printed on embossed business cards. Just me, a home studio, and an idea that refused to let go of me. I designed jewelry, at first by hand, late at night, surrounded by tools and sketches. Over time, that little hobby, as my parents called it, became something much bigger. But they never asked, not really. My parents were professionals in the most traditional sense. My father was an accountant who believed stability came from predictability. My mother was a high school teacher who trusted institutions and clear career ladders. My younger sister, Laura, was their pride, a corporate lawyer with tailored suits, a downtown office, and the kind of job title that made relatives nod approvingly. And then there was me, the odd one, the disappointment, the daughter who worked from home and wore jeans instead of blazers, the one whose career couldn't be summarized in a sentence they understood. As family members trickled in, hugs were exchanged, compliments paid. My parents looked happy, glowing even. I felt a flicker of warmth. Maybe I'd been wrong to expect tension. Maybe tonight would stay focused on them. Dinner began pleasantly enough. Stories from the early years of their marriage, laughter, wine poured generously. Then, inevitably, the conversation drifted toward careers. "So, Laura," my aunt said proudly, "how's the firm?" Laura smiled the practiced smile of someone used to admiration. "Busy, as always. We just closed a major merger. Long hours, but that's the job." My father beamed. My mother squeezed Laura's arm. "And you, Clara?" someone asked politely. I took a breath. "Actually, things are going really well. We're expanding distribution into a few new international markets." "That's our Clara," my father interrupted, raising his glass slightly, "always busy with her little online project." A ripple of laughter moved around the table. "It's not really little anymore," I said gently. "We've grown a lot in the past year." My mother smiled in that tight, indulgent way. "She sells jewelry on the internet," she explains to the table, as if I weren't sitting there. "It's a nice creative outlet." Uncle Ron chuckled. "When are you going to get a real job like your sister?" I felt my face warm, but I kept my voice steady. "This is my real job." Laura adjusted her blazer. "At least someone in the family understands job security and benefits." The words landed like small cuts, not deep enough to bleed, but enough to sting. I tried again, mentioning wholesale partnerships, international shipping, a growing team. They talked over me, changed the subject, dismissed every sentence before it finished forming. "She'll figure things out eventually," my father said to a family friend. "Some people just take longer to grow up." I smiled because I didn't know what else to do. As the night went on, the comments became sharper, less joking, more judgment. "Internet businesses come and go," Mrs. Patterson said knowingly. "It's all trends." "You should think about going back to school," my mother added, patting my hand. "Something practical." My phone buzzed in my purse. Once, then again. I ignored it. This was their night, I told myself. Don't be rude. Don't reinforce their idea that you're distracted and unserious. Then came the toast. My father stood, tapping his glass.
"Here's to real success," he announced loudly, not like Clara's little online hobby that she calls a business. Laughter erupted, glasses clinked, except none was placed in front of me. "This is for people with real careers," Uncle Ron joked. "Maybe next year." I sat there, empty-handed, surrounded by raised glasses and smiling faces, feeling smaller than I had in years. Then my mother leaned toward nearby tables, her voice carrying just enough. "We worry about Clara. She refuses to be realistic. It's this generation. They think playing on computers is work." My sister chimed in. "I've offered to help her apply for entry-level positions, somewhere legitimate." My phone buzzed again, insistently. Finally, my father stood once more. "If anyone here knows of job openings, we're trying to help our daughter transition into real work." That was when my phone rang. The sound cut through the restaurant like a blade. Conversations paused. My father frowned. Unbelievable, even now. I glanced at the screen. Sarah, CFO. My heart skipped. I answered. "Sarah?" "Clara, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but we need to talk immediately. Meridian Group's acquisition offer expires tonight." My father laughed. "Who's that, buying your bead box?" Something inside me snapped, not in anger, but in clarity. "Sarah," I said, my voice calm, "could you explain that again, on speaker?" There was a pause. Then, professionally, "Of course." Her voice filled the space. "Meridian Fashion Group has submitted a $50 million acquisition offer for Clara's company. We need to respond by midnight." Silence. Absolute, crushing silence. Sarah continued. "Clara's brand generated $8 million in revenue this year. We employ 47 people across 3 countries. Our products are sold in luxury boutiques throughout Europe and Asia, with South America launching next quarter." My mother stared at me as if seeing me for the first time. "But you work from home," she whispered. "Yes," I said softly, "because I own the company." Laura's face had gone pale. "Why didn't you tell us?" "I tried. You didn't listen." Uncle Ron adjusted his Colasco suit. The friends around us stared openly now, whispering. "Clara's designs have been featured in major fashion publications," Sarah added. "And congratulations, Clara, the Saks Fifth Avenue latch is confirmed." I thanked her and promised to call back shortly. When I hung up, no one spoke. I stood, gathering my bag. "I need to take some calls. Enjoy the rest of the evening." My father reached for my arm. "Clara, we didn't know." "That was the problem," I said gently. "You never wanted to." I left the restaurant with my head high. The next day, I declined the acquisition. I chose independence, growth on my own terms. My family tried to repair things afterward, awkward apologies and half explanations, but something fundamental had shifted. I finally understood that their respect had conditions, and I no longer needed it. Success doesn't always wear a suit. Sometimes it works quietly, patiently, while others laugh. And sometimes the loudest call comes right when you need it most.